Hi guys, today I wanted to talk about one of my favorite TV shows ever, and I've honestly been wanting to talk about it for a while, but I didn't think anyone would care, to be honest, which, I mean, it's like a famous show, but it's also kind of obscure, like, very slightly, like, it's famous, but not to the point that it's like mainstream like that, and the show that I wanted to talk about, basically, is Archer. Archer is literally one of my favorite TV shows ever, like, I think I've watched this show like upwards of like 20 times, like rewatching it on Netflix. Actually, side note, I know I keep going on tangents whenever I do videos like this, but why has Netflix just decided to remove season 9 and season 11 off of its platform? I'm so lost. Is it because people aren't really big fans of that season? Is it like, what is happening there? I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, I wanted to talk about what I like about Archer, what I dislike about Archer, and basically what I think of the ending of the show, because when I get to that, people may or may not like my opinion, because I'll just get to it when I can, you know. Okay, the first thing is the animation style. Like, okay, obviously back when it first came out, it was like a bit choppy and it looked slightly rough, and they kept doing those weird like downward angles or upward angles. The downward ones would just be so odd to look at. I don't know why. It's just, maybe it's just me. If you think it's weird to look at, then yeah, I feel like it's probably not just me though. I feel like other people have said like stuff about the weird downward angles. But other than those weird angles, I love the animation. It was like, even now, it's so like distinctly different from every like other adult animated show, because unfortunately we're in this era of adult animated shows where a lot of them, I'm not saying all of them, because Arcane is like a really good example of an adult animated show that just doesn't fall into this category, but a lot of them decide to go with this very like cheap looking animation style with like the same cheap humor and just the same. It's just, I'm sorry, it's like they're just basically a bunch of Family Guy clones, and I don't like them. Me personally, I don't like them. I'm not just hopping on the train of other people who don't like adult animated shows. I've actually tried to give some of these shows a chance. Granted, some of them are actually really good, like F is for Family. Like, obviously, the animation style isn't like outstanding, but for that show, I don't think it really needs to be. Like, it's genuinely a very good show. Like, you should watch it. But going back to Archer has just like such a distinct looking like comic book type animation style with like the way the characters are outlined and stuff. It's just me personally, I just love it so much. And so I saw someone comment on TikTok that they look like episode characters, and I can't unsee it. I feel, God, every time I rewatch that, I'm just gonna think of my days on Episode as a teenager. I'm gonna cry, honestly. Like, the animation's great, but you can have great animation and like bad like characters. And Archer doesn't have that. Archer has like great animation and also really good characters. If you're watching it from the later seasons, you're gonna, oh god. Season 11 specifically, I don't know what happened to a lot of the characters that I liked. But yeah, in the earlier seasons of the show though, like, they had such a good rapport, like, very witty, it was very funny, like, all these characters had such personality, and they'd literally be on screen for like 5 minutes. Like, Brett, for example, the guy who keeps getting shot, like, he has personality. We barely know who this guy is throughout the entire show, but like, yeah, Brett is like a fan favorite, I think. And Archer, like, he is, obviously, he's not the nicest guy, obviously. Like, if you've watched the show, you know that he's not the nicest guy. But he still manages to be an enjoyable character, and he manages to be funny too. Like, I don't think I've laughed this much at a show in my entire life. Like, Archer, yeah, obviously, yeah, he's not the nicest guy, but he still manages to be like, there are still moments in the series where they've given him like other personality traits and like really fleshed him out as a character. Like, the whole situation with his dad, like, I'm still wondering, like, the series is over, it's done, but I still want to know who Archer's dad is, because I'm pretty sure it's Nikolai Jakov. I don't know though. I really don't know. And Archer isn't just the only memorable character. You have Lana Kane, my personal favorite. I literally, when I first watched this series, I was so happy to see Lana, because, like, I don't know, she's just so enjoyable for me. Like, sometimes she could just be so pissy, or just like, not pissy, wait, that's such a weird way to, no, obviously the characters on the show can be like pissy and like angry with each other, but Lana is literally such a good compliment to Archer, in like Archer's like carefree nature and Lana's like more responsible nature. I don't know. These two just work so well together, which is why when it comes to the end of the series, you're gonna see, when I explain it, you're gonna wonder why. Oh my god. No, the end of the series. What they did to these two kind of makes me really sad. I get it, but it also makes me really sad because I'm gonna be so for real, I kind of ship these two like a lot. Like a lot. In the latest seasons, they kind of butcher their romance though, like realistically. Like, other characters like Lana, I already talked about Lana, Pam, Cheryl, or Carol, or whatever her name is, Cyril, Krieger, Ray. They're all just really enjoyable characters, and they work off of each other really well in this like co-worker setting, which is why people liked Archer so much. Like, it was like it's a spy genre thing with a bunch of pop culture references, but it's also like really grounded too, like with the way they portray their characters. Like, it's very grounded and it's very realistic in my personal opinion. And also, I just love like the running gags in the show. Like, obviously I'm sad about this one because it's not really a running gag anymore, but the whole Brett getting shot thing was just great until they just decided to actually like kill him, and I was like, damn, we're just gonna get no more Brett. And then in one of the later seasons we get more Brett, and I'm like so happy, but he's there for like 2 seconds. I think I've talked about everything I love about the show. And wait, no, I forgot the voice actors too. They do such a phenomenal job. I love Archer's voice actor so much. Like, he is Bob in Bob's Burgers, and I'm obsessed with that series too. So hearing him at Archer just made me so happy. Like, and Lana, she just put so much emotion into the voice acting. All of them do. Like, it's just, this is why this show was so popular. I said that so weirdly, whatever. But this is why it's so popular on like Reddit, which no, honestly, like I'm gonna be so for real. I use Reddit because people insult Reddit. I understand why, because there are some rude people on Reddit for no reason, and those people who just love being like, oh, I'm smarter than you, how did you not know this, you stupid person. Like, they just like being very like higher, thinking that they're smarter than you. It's weird. It's such a weird way of acting. But other than that though, the Archer subreddit is actually really chill. Everyone's really chill. Very chill subreddit. I love the people in it. They're really nice. But now, let's talk about the stuff about Archer that I don't really like. And this is stuff that is not even in the earlier seasons. It's mostly, actually no, there are a few episodes in earlier seasons that I don't like. But most of it happens around like season 6, season 7, which a lot of people can agree. A lot of people in the Archer fandom can agree that is kind of where people stop watching the show. Season 7 is what I want to call the Veronica Dean season. Wow, this season is just such a mixed bag for me because I like it because of like the new setting and just like the new chances to do something different with our core cast of characters. But I hate it because of Veronica Dean. I don't like Veronica Dean. She just takes up so much of the season with her stuff, and it's like, oh my god. It's like, okay. And this is more of a personal gripe, but do you know how, like, before I said that I kind of shipped, like, Archer and Lana together? Basically, they were briefly together in, like, season 6. And now, I don't even know what to say. Was it season 6 or season 7? It was season 6. They were briefly together in season 6. Then Veronica Dean shows up, and then it goes from this whole thing of Archer and Lana being, like, cute together to, oh, Archer has a crush on Veronica Dean, and he pursues her the entire season. That's his entire season thing. And then she shoots him, and then he's laying dead in a pool. Like, so, like, what was this all about? And then she just runs away. And then oh my god, I just don't like this season. Like, maybe it's just a personal pet peeve. I hate this season though. Like I said, I was feeling mixed about it. Now, recording this, I'm starting to realize I really hate that season. Every time it comes to rewatch, I just skip it because I already know what happens. I know Archie gets put in a coma, and I just skip on to the next season, realistically. Honestly, after that, the coma seasons, I've seen so much discourse about these seasons. It is insane. Like, some people love them, some people hate them, some people completely dropped the series after the coma seasons came out. But what I think is honestly, I kind of like the Coma seasons, except for Danger Island. I'm just not a fan of that. I'm so sorry. Like Danger Island, I'm sorry. Like when it comes to the other seasons, I could kind of get into it. Like with the space season, like Archer 1999, I could actually get into it. And honestly, Mr. Deadly has to be one of my favorite episodes in the entire series. Like it's so funny, it's so well written. I love it so much. But even then though, people wanted the original Archer back. Like people were kind of sick of just seeing Archer in a coma in like different settings. Like obviously the Dreamland season, like Archer Dreamland season 9, that is obviously the best one in my personal opinion. Wait, no, that's not season 9, that's season 8, Karen. What are you talking about? But Archer Dreamland is honestly, it's the vibe, the setting is good. Personally, I don't think it's as funny as the space seasons, but I just do think it's really well written though. I think it's really good. But I think people's main criticism was just they didn't really like the aesthetic of some of the seasons. Specifically, like, I'm guessing Danger Island, like the one that I didn't really seem to like, they didn't really seem to like the aesthetic of it. Obviously, if you like Danger Island, I'm not gonna slay you. It's just me personally, I just didn't personally like it because a lot of the jokes didn't really hit for me. It just kind of felt like a very odd season, in my personal opinion, but maybe that's just me though. Out of all the Coma seasons, I'd have to put Dreamland at the top, 1999 in the middle, and then Danger Island at the bottom. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to Danger Island fans. I just don't like it personally. I'm sorry. But then you go on to season 11 when Archer finally wakes up from his coma. And honestly, I was happy. The thing is about Archer when it comes to airing, it doesn't air in the UK like ever, like at all, anywhere. Like we don't have FX in the UK, so we have to like watch it online or like find some type of way to watch it. And it's so irritating because like we want to watch it too. There are UK fans of Archer too. I'm one. Please, like, come on. But anyway, Archer wakes up and everything's completely different in season 11, but it's also kind of the same. This season, I don't think any season of Archer has gotten the amount of hate that this season has gotten, and I can completely agree with the people who hate it because I don't like it at all. Like, I don't really like the way Lana acts towards Archer, even though Archer, he kind of does act like a bit of a baby. He's like, oh, why weren't you there when I woke up? And it's like, obviously, Archer was in a coma. She can't just be there every single waking moment. Like, she needs to also live her life and like hope for the best and hope that he's okay. But like, still though, I do kind of get why he's hurt, but at the same time, like, people have lives. Archer, like, people live, people do other stuff. Like, if you're in this situation, people aren't just gonna be there constantly, unless they're like his mother, which his mother actually was there, but still. And Cyril is just buff for some reason. Cheryl is normal, which is just the weirdest thing about this season, realistically. And Krieger is still Krieger, obviously. Everyone just is so normal and just so well adjusted now that Archer was like in a coma, and now they're just like freaked out that he's awake. But I think that's kind of like a fun concept to play with, except, God, I don't even know how to say this. They all go back to their same toxic behaviors literally after Archer wakes up, and then Archer calls them out on it in the end of like season 11, which I like because they're literally all blaming Archer for the way that they were acting, and it's like, it's your fault. You're just putting it on him. Granted, he might bring out the worst in you, but you don't have to act like that. And then in season 12, they proceed to go back to blaming Archer for the way that they were acting, and it's like, okay. And then even Archer's like, oh, damn, I guess I'm the reason why the group fell apart. And it's like, did we not just have this development in season 11? Like, come on, guys. I think also another thing about season 11 that is so disliked that I don't know, it just doesn't feel like, to me, there's a one character in season 11 who gets introduced in season 11 who I don't like at all, and I think you know who he is. He's like married to Lana now. It's Robert. I don't like Robert. His voice actor I love, obviously. I'm not gonna hate on his voice actor, that's incredibly stupid, but I hate Robert. I hate him. I hate his beady little eyes. I just hate him. I don't like the fact that he's married to Lana. Like, oh god, I don't like him. He just doesn't fit. I don't like him at all. Like, I'm not even trying to side with Archer when I say this, but I don't like Robert at all. And plus, he's just, I don't know. Like, whenever he would, like, speak to other characters in the show, like Robert, he gives, like, just very condescending, like, I don't know what it is. And I don't know, like, with this show, it just feels like, are we supposed to like him? Are we supposed to dislike him? I don't know, because Archer dislikes him, but there's plenty of good characters that Archer has disliked. So, I feel like even the show was kind of confused on, like, whether or not we should like this guy, or we should hate him. I personally hate him, because just the way he talks to Lana, oh my god. He's so condescending. And then, spoilers if you haven't seen the later seasons of Archer, this guy cheats on her, because he couldn't be bothered to just talk to her about the fact that he thought that she was cheating. God, I just don't. And then he's just, oh my god, he gives that, like, he's like that one old uncle that you have that's just like insanely racist for some reason. Like, I don't know, he just gives, like, he's about to call me a slur any minute. I don't know, something about him just feels racist. Maybe it's his balding head, or maybe it's just his demeanor. I don't know what it is. He just gives racist to me. That's so petty. That's not even an actual problem with Robert. It's just me hating on him for no reason. I just don't like Robert. There's another new character in season 11, Sandra, and honestly, I actually kind of like Sandra. Like, she's a little strange. But I honestly like her, like, friendship with Lana until it gets thrown out the window, because she was the woman that Robert was cheating with, guys. That's wonderful. I love that. Great. I love that. That's wonderful. Great. But getting off the slight train wreck that was season 11, season 12, if I'm being honest, it's more of a return to form when it comes to Archer. Like, I liked it more. I don't know, like, you can see that the show kind of, like, is remembering, like, what made it good, and it's slightly more funny, and it's just better. And this is also the season where it was a farewell to Jessica Walters, which, when I saw that, I was so sad, because she was such an amazing actress, like, in this series, to the point that I think she won an Emmy for it. Honestly, rest in peace to Jessica Walters. Like, what, she was an amazing part of this show. Like, I loved Mallory so much. She was the funniest character to me, and the fact that she's gone, her presence is definitely gone from the show. Like, in the later seasons, like, you can kind of feel it, you know. It's rest in peace to Jessica Walters. She was an amazing actress, to be honest. While I said season 12 was more of a return to form for Archer, there are still things that I may not be the biggest fan of when it comes to this season. Like, throughout the season, it just feels slightly off. I don't, like, obviously it's a return to form, but it also feels kind of weird at the same time. Like, with this 2 PR people in the background, it feels kind of weird. I don't really know how to describe it. These two just feel like OCs. They don't feel like actual characters like Sandra and, like, Robert do. Unfortunately, as much as I hate Robert, he does feel like an actual character in the show. Like, the 2 PR people, though, I don't understand why they're there. Why are they there? I don't get it. But in this season, honestly, one of my favorite characters. Side note, the only thing I liked about season 11 was that Barry was back. I love Barry so much. He's such a weird, like, great recurring character in this series, and I'm glad that he was kind of, like, in season 12 too. Like, I'm very happy about that. While this season, I am so mixed on this season. I don't know. With, like, other seasons of the show, I can just be like, wow, I flat out don't like it. But I can see why, you know, you could kind of like it or something, or I love it, or I can see why people don't like it. With this one, I'm so mixed on it, because there's, like, so much bad, like, weird bad stuff, and, like, weird bad, like, writing stuff. But, like, then there's also, like, I don't know, there's also, like, well, not weird and bad, it just feels kind of off, you know. But there's also, like, really good stuff, like Lana, when Lana gets cheated on, like, she kind of breaks into Archer's apartment, which sounds a little bit insane to anyone who hasn't watched Archer, but, you know, they're dynamic. If you watch the entire show, you kind of know they're dynamic. And, like, Archer doesn't really, like, yell at her or just, like, complain, but he kind of just comforts her, and that was such a cute moment in the series. Like, I'm not just saying that just because I ship these two, even though I do actually really ship these two, which is why I was a bit sad at the finale again. But yeah, yeah, that's, like, a really good part of the season. But I don't know. Like with the earlier parts of the season, like they were a bit more of like a co-worker type thing. Every other character was like a bit more like talkative with each other and like actually like present. Ray just doesn't really seem to be all that present in season 12 for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. If it's because like something was going on with Adam Reed, I'm obviously not gonna slate him for just doing whatever like behind the scenes, because whatevs. But yeah, still, like Ray is like a fan favorite. I love Ray. It's like sad to see him not really all that there like in season 12. Also, maybe I'm slightly evil for saying this, but like Lana yelling at Robert was literally I started laughing because I don't know, just I don't know. Maybe it's like Aisha Tyler's delivery of that, but it was just hilarious to me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I really hate Robert though. I cannot stand Robert. I love Lana. I do not like Robert. Even though in the later seasons, a lot of people seem to not like Lana, which obviously maybe some of the writing decisions with Lana are slightly weird. Like this isn't even about season 12. This is more about like Archer Vice and the decision for her to steal Archer's fluids to make a kid without actually telling him, which I think is, yeah, even as someone who loves Lana, I have to admit that's quite weird. It's very weird to do, and I'm sorry, that was just such a weird decision for the show to make. I'm sorry, it's just, why couldn't they have just like made the kid normally? Like, oh, she could have told him about it and he could have like said yes and like whatever, just anything but like her stealing it and not telling him and then just having a kid and just giving birth to the kid and then being like, oh, Archer, this is your child. Like, he's allowed. And then she kind of was yelling at him for like disappearing. Obviously, he shouldn't just run away. But why would you? I don't understand, man. Why? But he's obviously gonna have like a weird reaction to it if he just like randomly has a kid now. But overall, I'd say season 12 was mixed. Like the farewell to Mallory was honestly very well done at the end of the season. But other than that, some of the episodes hit, some of them miss. It was just a bit of a mixed season, for me at least. But I feel like towards the end of the series, I started to enjoy it more. Like I don't know, like I actually sat down and I liked watching Archer again. It was really fun. Like season 13, 14 is honestly, it's really good. Like it feels like a return to form, but they're also doing things different. Like there's just different environments, there's character development, and there's also a new character, Zara. I actually really like Zara. People don't really, I'm gonna say some people don't really seem to like her all that much. And I've seen people call her like a bitch at some point, and I'm like, guys, whoa, let's chill out. But honestly, I actually really like Zara and like her like dynamic with the other people. I just think that maybe she should have like, I don't know, maybe I don't think the 8-episode structure, like I think it started like during the coma seasons and stuff. I don't think the 8-episode structure does not work for Archer at all. Like it having longer episodes, like just having more episodes in a season works like wonders. The 8-episode structure, it doesn't really give us time to like know who these characters are. Like, but then again, like Katia was there for like 1 episode in like the earlier seasons. Well, no, like 2 episodes, but she was still there for like 2 full episodes, and like we still managed to get like an idea of her character and who she is. But I don't know, it's just something about the 8-episode structure. It just feels odd, like having more episodes so we can just like, I don't know, just like be able to feel the dynamic of these characters, these new characters with the characters that we know. It would just make more sense to me. I don't really know what the 8-episode structure thing is about, but whatever. But I think one of the characters on the show that me personally has not like lacked in any sort of way, or like she hasn't been changed too much. Obviously she's developed, but like she is my favorite character in the entire show besides Lana. It's Pam. I don't think she's just been consistently good throughout the entire series. It's like when it comes to Pam, they just get the extra writing team out of something, because like she is like perfection as a character. Not perfection, but you get what I mean. Like, I love Pam so much. She makes me so happy, like, her in the series. Like, she's funny. She's consistently funny. She has character growth. Like, I don't know. Even in like the lackluster nature of like the later seasons, like she still manages to be like a really funny like character with a lot of depth. And then like more moving on to season 14, I still basically have the same opinions. Like I kind of like Zara. She is a little bit much sometimes. I don't know how to describe it. She does feel like a character who, like, the writers are trying to make it as if she's been there the entire time, and it's like, even though she's a new character, it just feels like when it comes to TV shows, like having a new character introduced will always feel like a bit off. But I don't know. I wish we could have gotten like more episodes with her. We would have been able to just like know her more as a character. Like, other than the fact that she gambles and she's British. Maybe I just like her because I'm British. I don't know. But she gambles and she's British and she swears a lot. Like, a lot. No offense. Obviously, you're allowed to swear in like an adult show, but like, she swears a lot, man. Oh my goodness. And some of this British slang I've never heard of as a British person. Maybe it's like more of a southerner thing. I don't know. I'm more of a northerner myself, but I don't know. But yeah, like when it comes to season 13, I had most of the opinions I have for season 13 bleed over into season 14. But season 14, I honestly got scared because I thought that like 8 episode would actually be the end of Archer. Like, it was just them going on a heist. Wait, what even was the 8th episode about? Wait, this is actually like another point that I have. I feel like, I don't know, like the newer seasons aren't as memorable as the earlier seasons. And this is coming from someone who's like a newer Archer fan. Like, I was not there when it came out in 2009. Like, I think I found out about Archer in like 2019, like around that time, yeah. But then I watched the entire series in its entirety. The earlier episodes are definitely better than the new ones. Like, people aren't even just nostalgia baiting. It's just like a fact at that point. It's just better writing, better comedy, better like character interactions. I don't know. Like, it just feels better, and it feels more like, I don't know, it feels more natural with like a lot of the earlier seasons. And I feel like in season 13, no, more like season 12, 13, 14, some of the characters do kind of lose their depth and just become maybe not as funny as they used to be. Like, no offense to Ray, but Ray, I don't know, I just didn't really find him funny in like the later seasons. Even though I love Ray as a character, I just didn't really find him all that funny. And that I don't really know. Lana, okay, granted, she did kind of like piss me off in some episodes because she was acting like a little crazy. Then again, kind of all these characters have pissed me off in various episodes, so I can't really diss Lana for that. But yeah, you know. But season 14, honestly, obviously it's not the best season of Archer, as most newer seasons are. Like, everyone knows that. But it's honestly like a very good way to just end Archer. Like, the last episode 9 specifically, it's a good way to end Archer. And it brought back Slater and like Rip Riley, like fan favorites. I'm not sure if Slater's a fan favorite, but Rip Riley definitely is. And it brought back Katya. I didn't actually mention Katya in like the beginning parts of this video, but I do actually quite like Katya. She, like, I like her. She has like a good design. She has like good jokes. I don't know. She's like a good character. A lot of the guys who seem to like Katya like her because of okay, I'm not even gonna get into that. But yeah, she's a good character. And honestly, okay, as much as I do ship Archer and Lana, and I will forever ship those two, I really love those two together. I do also really like Archer and Katya. I feel like Katya does bring out a side of Archer that's just a really good, like, healthy version of him, if that makes sense. Like, just, I don't know. Seeing them together at the end of the season, and also Barry was there too, which is just hilarious to think about. But seeing Archer and Lana, like, together at the end of the series, Archer and Katya at the end of the series together makes sense. It does make sense, to be fair. And basically the agency since it's called the agency, because I think there was some controversy about its former name because of the certain group. But yeah, the agency shuts down. Everyone's just kind of, well, not shut down, but everyone kind of just disperses into their own things. Archer and Pam just go somewhere. Everyone just kind of disperses. But like, the thing that I love about the ending of this series is the goodbye between Archer and Lana. Like, obviously, when I say this, it's gonna sound a bit cringe, but like the little goodbye that they did, and like, oh my god, oh no, it makes me so sad because I really love these two together. Obviously, throughout the series, they've kind of demonstrated that these two would be very, very, kind of very toxic for each other, but at the same time, it's like, oh, it's like, I like these two so much together. I don't know what it is. Like, I love seeing these two interact. It just brings a smile on my face. But they just had a tearful goodbye. Archer saying that he'll miss Lana's perspective, and then she jokes that why couldn't you have said that 10 years ago? And it's like, damn! Like, oh, this show had such good writing. What the hell happened with this later season? Like, they do have good writing in some episodes, but like, and in some areas, but like, oh, this show was like so good. And in season 13, 14, it did start to pick back up, and then it either got cancelled or they just decided to end the show. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but and then it ends in like a way that I really liked. Like, Lana basically she gets like scouted by like CIA, MI6, and she gets like tasked with hunting down Archer, who is basically a rogue at this point, like a freelance spy with Pam. Like, and I like that. I really like that because it kind of just implies that there might be more Archer. I sound like an insane person when I say this, and I'm just like curling up in a corner, like just rocking back and forth, like there will be more Archer, but there might actually be, I don't know, that does actually give like a little future thing for Archer. Like, maybe it might come back. Like, who knows? Who knows? I wish it does. I hope it does, honestly. Maybe not Archer himself, but maybe even like a spin-off or something. Like, honestly, I'd love that. Because I'm gonna be honest, I love this series so much. I'm not an OG fan, but I love this show. Even its bad seasons, I can still kind of sit through. It's either I'll sit through and I'll just like skip every 5 seconds, but still, I can still sit through them. Like, I just hope that, I don't know, I hope that we get more Archer in the future, basically. And that's all from me.